Welcome to another episode of LifeMastery with Monica Bay, your hub for mastering every area of your life for total fulfillment. And here she is, your host, the healer in heels herself, Monica Bay.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the show. Today we are talking about relationship resilience, and we have with us two very special guests. We have Alimi and Dawn Ballard, and they are a powerhouse couple, both actors, and they are, Dawn is an author, and they have both been on many TVs and movies. You have seen them everywhere, and here they are. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
We're so excited to be here. You can't see us, but we're cutting up in the studio before it even got started. So.
We're behaving.
Yes.
I've been told to behave, so I'm behaving.
No, you don't have to behave here. This is we let it all out here.
I love that.
I'm gonna let 3/4 of it all out.
Okay.
And that's gonna be enough to fill
my
up the
children
room.
are close by, so I gotta maintain some kind
3/4
of
is
adulthood
good.
going on
I
here.
like that, baby.
Yes. So you guys have been married for a very long time. How long has it been?
We have been married for 17 sexy years.
17. Wow.
Yes, this is our sexy 17th.
Ooh, sexy 17th. I like
Yes,
that.
yes,
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
And together for 22 years.
Ooh, good.
Yep, we met March 29th, 1997, so that's 22, right? If I can
That's
count.
22.
That's
I know.
22.
I had to try to do the math in my
Yeah,
head.
every time
This is
I
what
do
you
it.
need. Cairo.
My son
It's
counts
22.
for us.
After a while.
I know he does count for us.
Yeah, like, it's too.
I know, we look over to him like,
Yeah.
and that's right? And he's
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
adds
Yes.
up.
It's been 22 years. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and so after a while you have to start counting. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Fingers, toes.
Yes, definitely. So tell me, I would love to hear the story about how you guys met and what magic happened. How did you marry?
I'll tell you how we met. He can tell you about the magic.
That sanitized version. Be real people. No. Tell how the sanitized version. Tell us nicely.
Okay, so
how
we
you met.
We met through a mutual friend who was a stage manager on a soap that Ali was on. So he was on the show Loving, and he played
I played Angie and Jesse's son, Frankie Hubbard, from All My
Yes.
Children.
the
right?
troubled youth.
I was a troubled youth.
Yes,
Okay.
This is 93 to 96. And so ABC, Loving, All My Children had a spinoff called Loving.
Yeah.
And so we worked on the same stages as All My Children in the early 90s in Manhattan. And so I played Frankie Hubbard for
Okay.
years.
And our friend Rhoda literally told me, I think I knew when they were hiring him, but I've been married before.
Rhoda thought I was cute.
And
Hey,
I was
Rhoda.
in a relationship, and
I
so
see
she
you.
was just literally just telling me. She's like, "Ooh, they hired this chocolate. Ooh, yummy brother." And she was trying to roll up on him.
Listen, man.
Yes,
Hey, listen,
it
man.
was. You're
It's
right.
free country.
We
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Right. And so she said that they had hired him, that he was just gorgeous and blah, blah, blah. So as time passed, I would hear about him through her, just completely just random times. I moved out to LA, marriage dissolved. He moved out to LA, and she just was checking in on me and was like, "Hey, you remember the guy I told you from a couple of years ago from Loving? He's now out there. He's doing the show. He was doing Arsenio and Vivica Fox show that they had for like 2 whole seconds, and he was playing Vivica's brother. And basically, she was like." Are you working? Do you need help? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm going to set you guys up so that you can get your
That's the sanitized
information.
version.
So you can get your information, your
He can
headshot
hook-
and
he can hook
resume
you up.
to him.
Yeah.
Completely platonic. And we met and we just kept coming together. Like, you know how you just keep coming
Serendipity.
together.
Yes.
That is one of my favorite words.
Yay!
Yay! I love that word.
I
Like
love
I
that
have
word
it
too.
up in my house.
Oh,
Serendipity.
really?
Yes,
Awesome.
I love it. I love
Nice.
that word.
Yeah, because that happens so much, and especially, I believe in, forces beyond us, and they bring
Yes.
people together for a reason, and so, yeah, serendipity.
I love that.
Awesome.
And I'm going to say yes, that's what it felt like. Yeah.
Yes.
And it was a very challenging dating.
Okay,
And
let's hear
then-
about this.
And then marriage has been very easy. Like,
Okay.
I really feel like it was challenging. It was just one of those moments where he's we were both in a space of no relationship. Well, he was more in a space of no relationship. I was coming out of a relationship, so I feel like my synopsis of it is that I waited as long as I could, and he was as fast as he could.
Okay.
And in there, we met in the middle
Okay.
to really feel like we came together, and both parties were ready to actually walk that like marriage walk together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, one thing. Go ahead. You're gonna.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll elaborate later on. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be a troublemaker today. I just want to let
Yes.
you know.
That's okay.
Can't
I'm
you
gonna be a
feel
troublemaker.
it?
Yeah.
That's okay.
I was trying to suppress it, but it's gonna come out. But
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that was nice. I think you
Okay.
did that.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Thank you.
Good. Well, one thing that I know that you said that you were kind of ready for each other at that point. So one question that I have is, what past? I believe that things, people that we deal with in our lives, especially relationships, that they end, and a lot of people look at them as failure. But what it's really doing is actually preparing you for the person you're supposed to be with, creating the person that you need to become in order to come together and have that serendipity. So for both of you, what in your past relationships really prepared you for this relationship, for this marriage, this long-lasting marriage?
I can speak for myself. I didn't have any, long-standing relationships, to compare with. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this is my first girlfriend. So
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a New York City kid, so we roam. I'm a roamer.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a sanitized.
Yeah, that's a sanitized version. I'm from the Bronx, y'all. We're gonna keep it 100 today.
Okay.
So this is
Wait.
my first girlfriend, and so I met her. She was in a significant relationship when I met her, or coming out of a significant relationship, and so I met her on the auspices by her friend. Really, honestly, I play and joke, but I think her friend really wanted me. I was in a sitcom on ABC called Arsenio, playing Vivica Fox's younger brother. So I'm out. I'm in Los Angeles working, and her friend, it was a good friend. She was like, "Hey, listen, talk to her, how y'all connect." Get her headshot, take it to the stage manager. Maybe she can get some work on the show. And I'm sure she meant that sincerely.
She really did.
I mean, there's a sub level, like y'all might like each other. She coming out of something. You ain't really doing nothing. You roaming the streets, boy. She's a focused woman. She's like, y'all, you might like each other at the least. Friendship could happen. This is, as I look back on it now, something that I would do for somebody.
Yeah.
I know a friend, he likes
Put
roaming
each
the
other in
streets.
each other's paths,
Yeah.
You didn't see a quality woman over there, but yo, man, you should see if you get her job on your thing. I'm thinking like, go meet
You
her.
gotta connect people.
Go here. You ain't really doing nothing.
Yeah.
She's a good woman. You know what I'm saying? She's a young sister, and you hope, and I think in the back of her mind, she was hoping there could be some kind of synergy, some kind of synchronicity, some kind of serendipity for it, and that definitely happened. And so for me, it was meeting her and like just feeling like those first feelings of like wanting to be different, like wanting like wow, you feel something special. That you're starting to reach your maturity. It was one of those situations where a lot of forces are converging at the same time. When you're growing up at the same time. It's your early 20s, like you're just like
Yes.
you running the streets as fast
Yes.
as you can,
In
player.
the Bronx.
And you're just like, I'm out in LA. I'm like, oh, this is awesome,
And then he's meeting with success, so
Yeah, I mean, to have had success on a soap,
Yeah.
to have it again, in on a sitcom, prime time, which was a huge self-esteem thing to come from New York. I mean, I'm gonna switch gears on a professional level to make it quote unquote in New York. On a soap opera, which everyone comes to Denzel, they all come from the soap, you know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill, they all start, you can look at the resume, everyone's come through the soap opera era. It's not so big anymore, but it was really that training ground for a lot of people you would know today. Kelly Ripa was on the soap, right, on All My Children. Dondre Whitfield. Dondre Whitfield, he's the one. When I got to Loving, Dondre Whitfield was doing All My Children, and we worked on Queen Sugar, and he showed me around the whole facilities. He introduced me to Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos before they was married. So there's a community, a soap opera alumni.
Yeah.
Really, and it's
That's
huge.
interesting.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And so, like, I part of my professional journey was coming out to LA and seeing if I could make it.
Okay.
And I was able to book a job, but there would be a lot of rocky years afterward, but something just to give you that self-esteem that you could do it.
Yes.
You know, and so I was like getting out to LA and then like starting to mature. I was staying on my sister's couch, you know, in Inglewood. You know, she had, my niece was 20 some odd, whatever. She was 18 months, and it was a beautiful moment where I was just like finding responsibility, finally out of my mom's house.
Yeah.
You know, and then me and my sister, we got a place together, and so I was like growing into maturity, and I met this queen. And it was one of those things where I was like, you're almost mature, but you're not quite there. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so you meet someone, but it's like you're not meeting to hook up. I didn't meet her at a bar.
Yeah.
I didn't holler at her at the cleaners.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, on a professional level, maybe you guys can connect. So your introduction has nothing to do with romance. Has nothing to do with, let me try to, figure that out. It had a chance to start off on a real friendship level.
Yeah.
And we just started talking. And I just love the sound of her voice. That's what I can remember.
And I love that aspect of it because I talk so much. And literally, if the person didn't love the sound of your voice, like literally that would be one of that wears on you after a time, right?
Yeah.
You're like, and every time he says it, still makes me light up, like, because that's just such a yummy, sweet thing to say.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I love the sound of her voice, and I wanted to talk to her more, so I would go on dates, and then we would talk about the date, and then, something for me anyway just started to grow, and that.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, that's great. I could definitely see the positive, just magnetic energy between the two of you. Yeah, you even like play off each other. It's very cute. I love it. I'm loving all of it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We rehearsed it.
She don't bother me none. She alright. She do what I say.
He hold me down.
I always say, people always like, yeah, you're right. In what world?
So for you, Dawn, what things in past relationships have really prepared you for this marriage?
I feel like I was such an alpha female, and in my previous relationships, including my previous marriage, I had to take hold of everything and like run it. And so much of when Allie and I got together, I learned to kind of fall back a little bit, not in the sense that you don't have as equal say, but that you have both positions on the team, so it's like if you're the running back and I'm the, and I'm the quarterback, that doesn't make me any less, but it does mean that we have both another role to play, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that I was everywhere all over the field, and I could not, I know a lot of our initial conversations, and it was interesting as having this conversation with our children, because as as the kids grow, they see your relationship full on. Like, so if you are like, if you think you gonna talk it up but not walk it, you are just so mistaken.
Don't lose your train of thought. Kids see the subtle energies behind your conversation.
Totally.
You cannot
fake it.
You can't hide.
Yeah.
They see past what you're saying to like
what you're
how
doing,
you feel
how
toward
you're
each
being.
other. Like what are the energy dynamics, and they are soaking it up. It makes you uber conscious about how you're being.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a conscious parent.
Yes.
Some parents don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care.
Or they're just too busy. Yeah. And they're just like, that's their life and you're along for the ride. But I really felt that with our relationship, I was able to see how I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to be the running back, the quarterback, the fullback, you know what I mean, from my previous relationships. And I wanted to be able to fully immerse myself into the position of being wife and not having to run everything. Mm-hmm. And my previous relationships really taught me that. It was too much. I didn't respect having to do that with a male or a partner. I didn't respect that I had to do everything, and so with this relationship, it's been wonderful because I do have that person that's the other half that's taking care, like, we say that we're like, in Forrest Gump, where he's like, you lean against me, I lean against you, and that way we don't have to sleep with our face in the mud. Like, we are a team. Like, I got your back, you got my back.
Yeah.
And so it feels equal, but it also is that I have a position, he has a position, we both immerse in ourselves and play that position previous relationships, I was all over the place. Didn't like that, didn't want to bring that in, and still it was work. For, you know, in the early days, Ali would be like, you question every single thing, that is not necessary. And at first I'm like, well, I feel this and I want to talk about that, and da 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 da. And I've learned timing, and you don't have to say everything that's on your mind. And I love that one quote you always say, baby, that you don't have to attend every.
Oh, right. It's a great famous meme. Like, you don't have to attend every fight you're invited to, every argument you're invited to. You don't have to go. People want to argue with you, but you really don't have to show up.
Takes two to argue.
It takes two, baby, and you can be over there yelling all by yourself. And I'm definitely like, But my experience with alpha females is foundational to my life. I'm raised by a single parent mom. You know, I have 4 older sisters, all strong. So strong women, that's like water to me. I bathe in that. I dig that. I'm not like, why are you so tough? I'm like, I love tough. But there's no, I'm so user friendly with tough. But to grow up in my environment, you had to be, and I'm used to, my first introduction into strong women and strong black women is like, it's from the crib. I walked up and it was 5, faces looking at me. So like, her way, her nature, whatever. I guess that the carryover from her previous relationship didn't bother me. Like, it didn't grate against me. I wasn't like, oh, you need to be quiet, calm down. It was just like, yes, I hear you talking. Yes, I heard that. Yes, I heard that. So here's, it was more of a situation where I didn't have to do a big adjustment, as far as dealing with that level of alpha, that level of intensity, that level of passion coming out of a woman. It was like, I was used to that. But those are my sisters. I'm not in a relationship with them, like a romantic relationship. It's my mom, like I just do what she says, you know what I mean? So when you're dealing with a woman on a romantic level, there's the getting the balance.
Yes.
And me, and me bringing my, my whorish, just, I ain't gonna think about nobody. It's something about, like single-minded focus. Yeah, I'm like, you're a young 20-year-old dude.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's exactly
I
what
look
you're
at
supposed
20-year-old
to be
dudes
doing.
like, I get it, baby. I get it. Maturity's going to happen to you too, but you get it.
Yeah.
You get, like, you just, and that's not just male or female. I think the thing about youth, where, the world kind of like just centers around what you want.
Yeah.
Compromise, growth, humility. These are qualities that generally, mature as you mature.
Yeah.
When you see a young person with humility, you was like, how did you get that?
Yeah.
I'm 46. Humility has been beaten. You get that through your losses. You get that through the delays in your life, through the disasters and storms you've had to live through.
Yes.
You figure out that ego ain't gonna get you nowhere. Your focus, your confidence will.
Yeah.
But that ego is useless. It's an albatross. You need to drop that as soon as you can. And so part of me, just the growth, and meeting Dawn early, my younger years was just like maturing.
Okay.
And I know she had maturing to do too. I just can only speak from my own maturity of having to like understand what partnership means. And it was a great journey.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. So you guys are both accomplished actors, and you have very busy lives. You have 2 children. How do you manage it all? How do you balance it all? What do you do?
What do you do? So, I feel like you can have everything, but you can't have it all at the same time. So much of, especially femaleness of having, let's say having the children, whoever, is that there is some nurturing that has to happen, that somebody has to slow down. We can't be both running like at breakneck speed, like both of us. So what I feel with us is that Ali is my biggest cheerleader. I'm his biggest cheerleader. He wants for me everything I want for myself. I want for him everything he wants for himself. So even if I had to slow down in order to do that, like that close nurturing of the children, as Ali is literally tending to the fields and making sure we have a roof over our head and food to eat, I know that he wants for me what I want for myself. So he's like, as soon as we can get you in a space where you're auditioning, he makes sure that everything that I need to, whether it's nannies, whether it's whatever help I need in order to still be vital out there, creating, doing what it is that I feel I'm here on this earth to do. He's making sure I do that, and I have that available to me. I feel that still, though, someone's got to slow down. And so I feel like I'm home base.
Okay.
Ali is, his work takes him, you know, this past 12 months has taken him as far flung as Colombia. So there has to be a sense of somebody staying, and it doesn't mean that that's always me, but it definitely means that I always call him first man out the door. So it's like, you know, there's a fire, who's the first out, you know, like you the first out the door, and then everything else happens after that. So we are both focused on our kids. So knowing that both of us have the same intention for them to grow up healthy and strong and well and balanced means
that's the key. I mean, just to segue in there, it's about balancing it all. It goes to your value system, you know, and you got to share a singular focus.
Yes.
And I find sometimes, you know, if you don't have that singular focus, like both of you understand what is most important between you.
Yes.
And if you guys are aligned on that, you'll figure the details of who needs to go who, where, who needs to do what. You like whatever needs to happen. It's like playing on the San Antonio Spurs. They're like, hot hand gets the rock. You know, what's it called? Kawhi Leonard says, I don't play hero ball. I don't want to have the last shot. Championship. You got that? Are you locked into this championship mindset? You know, which is the healing unit. You know what I mean? A thriving, prosperous family dynamic. You know, that would be a championship. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do with money or a trophy. You know, and when you got that locked in, you don't play hero ball. You know, no one needs to. You know. 59 gold chains, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me all the love. You're like, what are you doing? You just want stats, you know what I mean? You don't want to win collectively. And, you know, if you were in a partnership with, well, you could be married, you don't have to be married. You know, you guys have kids together. You know, what is y'all focus in regard to that unit? Are those children first? Is their welfare, their health, like mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, is that first? And if y'all are like, that is dead first, you will figure out everything else.
Yes.
For us, it's our relationship and our kids first. So every job is, you know, Ali sat him on the bed the other day and he's looking at him in New Orleans and he's like, this is all about you. And sometimes people can say that and then, you know,
let me say this. What I love about dudes as they get older, as I'm maturing, like I'm loving maturing. I'm loving getting older. What I love about a dude with kids, like a real dude, not like a fake dude. A real dude with kids, not the fake one. I met my dad when I was 20, so there's all kind of interesting gentlemen out there. You know what I mean? I mean a dude who's in it, who's locked in for these kids. Men that are into that, like they understand compromise first. There's no real dad that does not foundationally get compromise. It is just not about you. You do not buy yourself a pair of Air Jordans before you would get your son one. I mean, where they do that at? Where?
Yeah.
What dad like that's locked in on his daughter's gonna go get new Beats headphones before he get her a new pair of shoes or when she needs her uniform for school? Like when dudes get that, I know they get the most important aspects of life, and they don't have to be perfect. They're not Gandhi, but like they get what is most important, and they can do everything. I love it when the guys before they get that, and I'm a man, I'm a dude, you know. So like before I got that level of what's it about? Why are you doing it? Why do you even get out of bed? I always say if I was a single dude, like I'd probably be on my sister's couch. Like I would have tried, but I'm like, would it really matter? Would I really have to get back up after I got knocked in the face and defeated and disappointed and drugged down the street? Storms will
happen.
Storms are going to come. You're going to find some storms. They'll put you on your back. It could be a health storm. You can get sick. Your mama could drop dead. Your cousin could drop dead. You can get a car accident. You have nothing to do with you. You can be paralyzed for a month. The life will hit you. I have found, it's hit me.
Oh,
It's hit my, people been, federal prison for years. I mean, life can hit you, and what is your why? Like, why do you get back up? What inspires you?
Yes.
Bigger than yourself, and for me, it's my family.
That's nice.
Oh, God is first. That is everything,
Yes.
son. That is everything. Why do you get back up? It's not for your personal advancement, or the personal fortune you can make, but what you would do with that fortune.
Exactly.
If you
Because
got
none of that matters
Yeah.
unless
No.
you're doing something with it. It's
Yes,
about
ma'am.
the impact that you're having on the world, which you can have that impact through yourself, through your children, through
Yes.
yeah.
Through your family, how you
Yes.
treat your family, your
Exactly.
friends. It's some in relationships, not just getting married and forgetting about your family. I always be like looking at my kids. They're gonna get married one day, and I'm like, kids. Like I look at my mom, I call my mom, I check in on her. I'm like, my mom was my champion, my savior. And sometimes they're there through your formative years, and you go off and make your family and do everything, but you like the people who sweated and cried, that stood, in harm's way for you to make sure. Some people have had mothers that's, been with them, or grandmamas that been with them in and out of prison and never stopped praying for them. And then people hear about her, my buddy Mahershala Hashbaz, he won, the Oscar. Well, he won every award they give. Mahershala was a king. He won,
I don't know you, but what's up?
No, he's the truth. He talks about.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
His last Oscar speech was the Golden Award speech where he won, Romney Malik won, and Lady Gaga won.
Yeah.
He gives a speech. He talks about he thanks his grandmother for being there every step of the way.
Yeah.
And for me, part of that holistic life is honoring all those relationships, all of those people that held those doors open for you until you could believe for yourself, till you could feed and clothe yourself, and taking care of your kids, and your wife or your husband and your friends, and sometimes it's your uncle who raised you or your aunt who raised you, and making sure you look around the circle. Not just the unit you got right here, but you look around the circle at all the people. Sometimes it's just your friend who stood with you when your daddy died, and went to the funeral, and you cried on their shoulder, and, checking on your boy. That season is gone now, but during that moment, he was everything, or she was everything. And bad things happen sometimes when you don't have those angels in your life to hold you up.
Yeah.
So part of that holistic life I've learned, and as I've outgrown to, is is to look around the circle, man. Sometimes you get a free moment and say, who was there? Who did that thing that saved me that one time?
Yeah.
Just text them, send them a crazy little Instagram post. What's up, Bo? It's like those seasons. They change. So you don't always need them the same way, but during that time, they were the difference.
Everything.
They were everything.
Yeah, and I believe people come into your lives
Yes.
for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences.
No,
Yeah.
that's synchronicity, right?
Yes,
The serendipity.
exactly.
Yeah, it's that.
Exactly.
Like we met Rhoda hooked
Yeah.
us up. I just be, I saw with the Queen Sugar. We had the rap party for season 4 of Queen Sugar, and she was a stage manager at OWN Studios.
Okay.
Never got a picture,
But haven't seen her for years.
Haven't seen
But
Rhoda for years.
Guys still.
Yeah, but we keep in touch in that sense of like
She
it's
watches,
always yesterday when you talk.
Yeah.
When you talk to her.
Yeah, one of those people where you come together and it's like no time
Yeah.
has passed.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
was
such
like-
a sweetheart, but we don't see her.
No. She was a stage manager, had the headphones on. She was like, hi, I was like, you just be like, well, I'll scream. If I love you, I'll jump. I'm crazy, so I'll like, when that love is there, it's like it's pure, and so you do your best to show it. This life journey is like it's finite.
Yeah.
Yes,
It feels like it goes on forever, but it does not.
No, it doesn't.
Period.
Yeah.
And so it's good to take the moments and and hug them up.
Yeah.
And love them up, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I know.
No,
I know.
it's
You'd
great.
be asking that one question, and we'd be like,
Oh no, it's
all
good.
around the
Talk.
world. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is
And you
why-
try to share your
this is why
heart.
we're here.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what's
Now,
coming from here. I want to hear,
Yeah.
So-
I want to hear all of your insights. So, you sound like you definitely have a lot that you want to give to the world, and you want to
Yes.
instill in your children, and you with the passion that both of you have. As you're sitting here today, I can see that passion. So, if all the things that you're instilling within your children, all the principles, all the life lessons, of all of those things, if there was one that you could ensure that they keep, what would that be?
Well, I have a quote that I always tell them: you have to be strong enough for your life. So in my speak, what that means is that whatever the principles, whatever vision that you feel that God has for you, and I always equate it to, if you're a singer but you just have the worst stage fright, being strong enough for your life means that you do whatever it takes to overcome that so that you can live your greatest destiny.
Yes.
So being strong enough for your life, whatever that means, making sure that you are emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that you are preparing yourself, that you feed yourself, not letting fear take over and take hold of your life. It means that you get past things that want to limit you and make you small and make you not.
Because there will be those things.
And there will be those things.
And
throughout
people.
life. And
those
people, exactly.
And so, I find myself saying it to them all the time. You have to be strong enough for your life, and so overcoming, getting past, having that, I love it, you said relationship resilience, so the resilience, having that tenacity, that is what I desire most for them, to have that grit, because that is, and our new word now is everything is figure-outable. When you know that you can figure it out. And I didn't coin that. Maria Forella is a wonderful speaker and spiritual teacher, and I heard her, it wasn't a TED Talk, but it was a talk on Oprah's Super Soul. And I've adopted it because it's really true. Everything is figure-outable. That means that you don't become so depressed, so down, so out, so looking at the bottom for so long that you think that there's no way out.
Yeah.
Everything's figure-outable, and that's being strong enough for your life.
Yeah, great.
So
I like
that's mine.
this. Yes.
Yes.
Do you have
Completely.
Yeah.
You agree?
I agree.
Oh, no, just
I
in
agree.
case there was anything else you felt like you wanted to add to what we'd want the kids to know, or if there was only one thing, I guess.
The most important thing to instill within them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's taken me a while to really get it. Sometimes there are quotes that you say and you know what they mean, but then life will happen and you'll have to live that quote, and then you will know it in a tangible way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not
Yes.
do unto others as you have to do it, life experience. Like sometimes something will happen and you will know it in your bones. It won't be a theoretical thing. There's a couple of things that now I've lived long enough to be like, oh, okay. When Nelson Mandela's, it always seems impossible until it's done.
Yeah.
Now that's a profound quote.
It is.
It
Many layers to that.
it implies, the level of faith and courage required. Faith, visionaries see the thing. They're visionaries because the thing is not there yet. I mean, that's why they're a visionary.
That's true.
They're looking at dirt, they see a building. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
They see what's not there. And people are looking at them, what are you talking about? That's dirt. It always seems impossible until it's done. Until you change the world. Until your gift comes forward and people are like, before the invention of the car, you just want a faster horse. You don't have the vision to see what I see, but it was given to me. You get a vision, you get an idea, you get a thought, you have a dream, you have a passion. It's given to you. Don't listen to them. They just want better horses. Hold tight. Right? Hold fast. Hold tight. Hold fast. You're going to give them something that they can't see. Black son excellence, daughter excellence. You're going to deliver something, and they're not bad because they can't see it.
Yeah.
You were just given the vision. You're going to make a car. These people are building horses and stables and better feed and better shoehorns. Let them do that. Excuse me. You go over here and build this motherfucking car. Trust. The world ain't seen that yet. Visionaries. It always seems it. It's hard to imagine freedom if you're born into slavery and servitude. How do you see it? What evidence do you have around you that it's possible. You get an
Yes.
idea, you get an inspiration from above, and you're like, no, I'm supposed to be free.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to sit at the front of that bus, at the front of that plane, first class if I choose it. I don't care if there's no evidence. I don't care if I don't see anybody doing it. I see it. You don't see it. Don't worry about that. We're going to make that happen. How do you forge a world that doesn't exist yet? You will have something. I tell you the truth, you're going to have something in there. And everybody else may not identify it or see it. If it comes from that true place, from that God spot, from that higher place, you won't see the evidence sometimes until it bursts through into creation. If you tell them, it always seems impossible until it's done. So get it done. You don't move, come hell or high water, until it's done.
Yeah.
And that's how the world is changed, just
Yes,
like that.
I agree 100%.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's what I want my
And
kids.
I love that. I'm gonna clap on that. That was great. I was captivated.
I know, right?
You know, it's what I tell myself. You know, you have
Yes.
dreams that aren't done yet, right?
yeah.
You have to believe in
Yeah.
it because you feel it, don't you?
Yes, and it takes a certain kind of, and I'm glad you're instilling this within your children because there's so
Yeah.
many people, and I there are statistics on, I forgot what the percentage is, but it's a very small percentage of people who have the wherewithal to have that vision, to see something that's not there, and to realize that they can.
Yeah.
And that they have the ability, and that they have, as long as they push forward and do it with resilience.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yes, so
Yes. That's what I want.
Yes.
That is what we want.
Yeah.
yes,
Them
and that
to
makes
have.
all the difference.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know,
Everything.
if they keep that, that's everything, right? That's everything.
They never submit to the gravity of the world or the gravity of the choices of others or the beliefs,
Yes.
the philosophies of others.
Small.
They'll be like, what is coming through from that God spot, from that inner spot? And some people might see it, but even if they didn't, I know it, I hear it. And it takes courage. You know, Maya Angelou, she's like, what's the quality that she most thinks you need for any other thing to happen? Maya Angelou, that's my wife's girl. She loves Maya Angelou. But Maya Angelou was like, courage.
Yes.
You need courage to demonstrate any other principle.
Yes.
She's
You
the
can go,
truth
I
on that.
wish I could, and you're like, no, you got to be able to stand up, do it, be it, see it, and make it happen. Like literally walk that, walk it. Yeah.
I really hope you enjoyed part 1 of this interview. Part 2 will be continued in the next episode. Stay tuned. For more information, go to my website at monicabay.com.